Is D. Wayne Lukas the best trainer of all time? Or is it Bob Baffert? Welcome to All Horse Racing All the Time. I'm Alan, your host. With the heartbreaking passing of legendary trainer D. Wayne Lukas this past week, unless you're living under a rock, you've probably noticed within the media, they're all applauding him as the greatest trainer of all time. Best of all time, D. Wayne Lukas. So I decided, let's hold the phone a second. Is this a case of him being deserving of the best trainer of all time? Or is this a case of them just throwing him the love because right now the nation's in mourning over the beloved D. Wayne Lukas? And we see that happen a lot when somebody passes away. Sometimes the accolades get thrown at them. So I decided, let me take a closer look. And I'm going to present some data here, go through the whole thing, and then I'm going to give you my take on this, who I see is who is the best trainer of all time. So let's begin with D. Wayne Lukas. D. Wayne Lukas, over 30,000 races, 4,953 victories, earnings over 300 million, winning percentage 16.2%. Over a long career, that's a very strong winning percentage. Let's take a look. He's also won 4 Kentucky Derbies, 14 Triple Crown races. So let's move on. Let's take a look and compare him to Bob Baffert. Okay, 4,953. Bob Baffert, 14,930 races. First thing that jumps out at me, that is less than half of the races D. Wayne Lukas was in. Wins, 3,499, almost about 1,500 races less won than D. Wayne Lukas. Okay. Earnings, 369 million plus. Okay, so he tops D. Wayne Lukas by about 60-something million in earnings. But keep in mind, we got to be fair. Bob wins a lot of these races more recently than Wayne, where the purses and the prize money is much higher, but still very impressive considering less than half the races. Winning percentage, 23.4%. As you can see here, he dwarfs D. Wayne Lukas by over 7%. 23.4, that is just a staggering winning percentage for Bob Baffert. And of course, he has leads D. Wayne Lukas in Kentucky Derby victories, 6-4. He has 17 Triple Crown races under his belt. And add to that, Bob Baffert has 2 Triple Crown winners, American Pharoah and Justified. So what do? Do we go with the guy with the more victories, more of a compiler as D. Wayne Lukas, a lower winning percentage, or do we go with the guy with the numbers? A little bit more about these. D. Wayne Lukas, he started out a lot of his races in the beginning, Southern California, then he spread out, of course, moving to Oakland, New York, up and down the coast, around America, whereas Bob did most of his damage, in California. So you got that to keep in mind. So what is it? Is it the guy with the more victories or the more lovable? And of course, Bob has some of his violations. So some people soured on him on that a bit. But we're talking about the numbers here, 23.4%, the winning percentage, and the Triple Crown races and the more Kentucky Derby winners. So I thought, let's take this a step further and bring in a third trainer to help clear this situation up. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Asmussen. Steve Asmussen, is he ever in the mix when they talk about the best trainer of all time? Absolutely not. But let's take a look at the numbers. Wins, races, 54,571. Towers above the races, D. Wayne Lukas, 30,000, and Steve at 54,000. 20, massive amount of races for Steve Asmussen. And look at the victories. We were singing the accolades of D. Wayne Lucas's 4,900 victories. But when we go back to Steve, he's the only trainer in North America to win over 10,000 races. Is he the best? Let's look at the earnings. $473 million. Staggering. Towers about Bob Baffert. But again, he's Bob Baffert. Wins 3,400. Steve Asmussen, 10,000. I mean, he has more victories than Bob Baffert and D. Wayne Lucas combined. What do we make of this? Kentucky Derbies, none. 3 Triple Crown victories, 2 Preaknesses, and a Belmont Stakes. Winning percentage, Steve, higher than D. Wayne Lucas at 19.9%, but lower than Bob Baffert's 23.4%. Here's the thing with Steve. He does a lot of his racing at these smaller tracks, cheaper tracks. Yeah, he's in the big tracks too, with the bigger handles and bigger purses and, graded stakes. But a big chunk of Steve Asmussen's races are at the smaller tracks, and that's why he's not in the mix. Think of the jockeys. Remember when Sean Parker was racking up all those races and numbers at Mountaineer? Did anyone say he was better than, say, Ramon Dominguez, who was the top jockey at the time? Not a chance. So Steve, that's why he's not in the mix for best trainer of all time. It's where he's competed, and so that's a big deal. Otherwise, if you just went by his number, if you just went by the victories or what have you, D. Wayne Lucas would top Bob and Bob Baffert, and Steve Asmussen would top them both. So with that in mind, who do I think is the best trainer of all time? Now I'm talking modern times again. Modern times. That's because these are the guys everybody talks about. Those are the names they throw around when they talk best trainer of all time. All considered, the winning percentages, the 2 Triple Crowns, the earnings, career earnings per race. I have to side with Bob Baffert as the best trainer of all time, all considered. The other 2 guys, tremendous. I don't know where I'd place Steve Asmussen as far as all-time trainers, but he has to be up there. I would think he's in the top 5, right? I'd have to do some more research into that. So anyway, Bob Baffert, what do you think? Who do you think is the best trainer of all time? Leave your comments down below. I want to thank everybody for watching. May the horse be with you. Rest in peace, and thank you for all you've given us, the horse racing. D. Wayne Lucas.